All right, we're going to take a look at this other set of slides called the PowerPoint Orientation based on Module 2. So these slides actually do also appear in Module number 2, but we're going to go over them right now. So here are the Module 2 orientation slides. So today what we'll do is we'll install BlueJ, and we'll actually write a little program, compile it, run it, and then take the source code and the sample run and submit it to D2L, to Brightspace. So that's one of the assignments in Module 2. And this will just give you a sense of the flow. So let's talk a little bit about BlueJ. So BlueJ is an IDE, which means Integrated Development Environment. There are many IDEs. Eclipse, we talked about it. It's used in second semester in software development. It used to be some of our other instructors used JCreator and Dr. Java, but our current set of instructors actually, and we teach a lot of Java first semester. We have 10 sections of first semester Java right now, if you can imagine. It's 350 students. All of the instructors use BlueJ now. So we all use BlueJ. Not that we worship at the feet of BlueJ or anything, but we recognize it as a good standard IDE. So some IDEs are really complex. It feels like you're going to war. It's just, it's like really intense, eh? And that's, you know which IDE this is? That's Eclipse. So sometimes Eclipse feels like that. There's just so much going on, like it's a bit overwhelming, right? So BlueJ aims to kind of simplify it so that you don't lose your mind. Here's the good things about BlueJ. It has a full text editor that's context sensitive. It'll show the keywords in different colors, and so it knows about the language. It automatically accesses the Java compiler and the Java virtual machine. It has an output window. Here's the most important feature. It has a full feature debugger. Some of those other IDEs that I talked about, the free ones, do not have a debugger. And debugger is critical in order not only to learn programming, but to fix problems. So we'll talk about configuring and downloading BlueJ. So just give me a sec here. So I want to talk just a little bit about installing and using BlueJ. So now if you go to D2L, you should find that I've updated the September 25th orientation under the announcements area. So there's a file. So here is the zip file to install BlueJ. You can just click on that and download that and install that. So I'll give you a minute to do that. So let's take a look at running a program in BlueJ and submitting a little assignment here. So in module, before we do that, we have a file we have to copy. Sorry, an important file. It's called the template file. So go ahead and underneath the announcements area, there is this file called template standardclass.tmpl. And I would suggest, so download it and then show it in a file. And then I've downloaded this a zillion times, so I have to rename it. And then what you need to do, I must already have one of these. There's so many files here. Okay, here, let me just get rid of all these files, sorry. Got like 300 files there. So when you download it, if you don't have 1,000 files like I have, it'll just look like this, right? And then you can copy that file, so do a Control-C, and you need to place it in the following folder right here. C:"Program Files, BlueJ, Lib, English, Templates, New Class. That's where it needs to be placed. So we need to do that before we start using BlueJ. So C, and then Program Files, and then BlueJ, and then Lib, and then English, and then Templates, and then New Class. And you should be able to paste it in there, and it'll say, hey, do I want to replace the file in the destination? And the answer is yes. I want to replace the file. Okay, and you'll need administrator privilege to do it, and click continue to do that. And then now you're in good shape. So let me just make sure everyone's got that. Okay, so now let's go ahead and start up BlueJ. So you can find it hopefully in your start menu here. So start up BlueJ. And when you start up BlueJ, it should just give you a blank screen initially. So let me close all my stuff. So it should look like that. So I would recommend that you do the following. You should store all of your programs maybe in a folder like CMPP269S. So I would recommend that you go onto your hard drive and you create a folder called CMPP269S. Now notice I'm putting it right under the root because when we go to do some file I/O, we have to be able to find the files, and it can be a real hassle if you just keep it under your username. The path name is like ridiculously long and it's kind of a pain. So go to the File Explorer and underneath C:, create a new folder called CMPP269S. And what's going to happen is as we create BlueJ projects, we'll put them in that folder so that we can always find our source code. So now, once you've done that, now let's create a new project. And go ahead and browse to that folder. So that's C:, and for me it was CMPP269S1, and I select it. And then I give a name for the project. So maybe we'll call this project Module 1. These are all the in-class assignments for Module 1. And then click OK. Then you should get a screen that looks like this. Okay, everybody there? Yes? Are you there, Brandon? Yes? Good. Okay. Now, we're going to test to see if you copied the template into the right place. We'll find out. When you click on New Class, let's just type in the word hello as the name of the class and click OK. And now, if you double click on hello, if your code looks like that, you copied the template correctly. If it does not, I'm about to come around and fix it for you. Okay, hey, that's good. What do you say? Is it good? Yeah, it's good. All right. All right, everyone has to have a hello world program, right? So here's a hello world program. It says system.out.println hello world. Yeah, okay. So go ahead and type in that one line. Okay, so now that's the editor, obviously. So to run the program, you compile the code, and then you go back to the project window, and you right-click on the name of the class and select the main method. So where it says void main, select that, and then just click on the OK button, and that runs the program. So right-click on the class after it's compiled, select the main method, and then click OK. And that'll run it. Okay, everyone see that? Yes? Some settings that you'll want to set, by the way, in your terminal window. These are two useful settings. The first setting that I turn on is clear screen at method call. So every time you start a new program, it clears the screen of all the previous output and previous error messages. So that's a good setting. And the second setting is unlimited buffering. Some programs generate a tremendous amount of output, and you don't want it cut off at 100 lines. You want to see everything. So those are the two recommended settings for the terminal window. So one of the assignments in Module 2 is this little program, write a little payroll program that accepts an employee name, the hours that they worked, and the rate of pay, calculates their gross pay, and prints out the employee name, the gross pay. So this is an assignment in Module 2. So the design for it is, well, print the message, enter your name, read in the name, print the message, enter the hours worked, input the number of hours worked, print, enter the rate of pay, input the rate of pay, and then the gross pay will just be the hours times the rate of pay, and then we'll print the name and your gross salary is blah, blah, blah. So this is pseudocode. It's really basic if you wrote, it's visual basic. It's visual basic, really, right? This will run in basic, right? What's the one thing that's missing, I think? I think for the strings, you have to have a $sign, don't you, in basic? I can't remember. It's been a long time. I used to maintain the basic compiler.
Oh, really?
Yeah, for Honeywell. Yeah, so I wrote the PL1 program that actually compiled the basic code and wrote machine code. That's a long time ago, though. Anyhow, so I still know a little bit of basic. Anyhow, here's a little test plan here. 20 hours, paid at $9.90, should be, Fred, your gross salary should be $198. Here's the Java code. So what I want you to do is copy this. So right off the slide. So Control A to select all of it. Control C to copy all of it. And then we're going to go into BlueJ and we're going to paste that code in to a new class. So create a new class. You can just, it doesn't matter which name because we're going to overwrite the name. You just call it ABC if you want and click OK. And now if you double click on ABC, you have the standard template there, right? But what we want to do is get rid of everything. So another Control A and then press the delete key to get rid of all of the code in BlueJ for that class. And how can we copy over the code from the slide? What would we do? Control V. Yeah, this one on slide 13 where it says sample payroll program using scanner. So slide 13. And so when you paste it in, you should be able to compile it and it should be okay. All right, so now we're going to run this. So we bring up the project window and we right click on test 1 and select main. And so here we go running the program. So it asks for our name. So let's type in the name, Harvey Wallbanger. How many hours did you work this week? 10 hours. Or let's use the example in the slide, 20 hours and $9.90. And then your gross pay is $198. Okay, so the next step is we're going to save this output to a file. So you click on, in the terminal window, you click on Options, Save to File. And I'm going to save this on my C drive in that same directory, CMPP269 underneath Module 1, and I'll call this hello output.txt. Okay? So it doesn't really matter what the name is, but make sure it ends with .txt. That's the main thing. And then click Save. Yep, save to a file, and then go to C:, go to CMPP269, and you should have like a Module 1 folder under that, and then save it. Okay, that's great.
Inside Module 1.
Yeah, I'd suggest inside of Module 1, yeah. Yeah.
Any name, right?
Yeah, call it hello output.txt. Yeah, the key thing is it should end in txt. That's important.
Why CTXT?
No, not ctxt, just txt. ctxts are special files in BlueJ that have configuration data, so don't save as ctxts. That's a bad idea. All right, time to submit this assignment now. So this assignment, to submit the assignment, we go back to Brightspace and we click on Assessments, Assignments. Yeah, so back to Brightspace. Assessments, Assignments. And then this is one of the labs. This is Module 1, Slide 10. So let's click on Module 1, Slide 10. Okay, I'm just, so I'm making sure I'm in the same view as you. So click on that, and then you notice you can upload some files, right? So the two files we want to add are the .java file and the .txt file. So here's how we find them. Go to My Computer, click Upload, So this will be on CMPP269 underneath module 1, right? That's where, so, and you'll see the different files. The file you want to upload is hello, the Java file, that's this one here. And the other one you want to upload is your output file, hello output.txt, the text document. So you can use the control key to select multiple files here if you want. So I touched one and then I held down the control key and I touched the other one to select 2 files, and then I click open, and then those 2 files should appear. Okay, it's fine, yeah, as long as they're the right files. Then click add.
So open.
Yeah, open, and then you should see them there.
And go again and do the other one.
And then yeah, and then you can click upload again to upload the other one if you don't have both. So make sure you have both.
Like that. Both.
Okay, now click add, and then the files will appear. And then the last thing we need to do is just click the submit button, and that submits them to me.
And if you do this right now,
Yeah,
you get it.
yeah, and I'll get it right away. Yeah.
But you're gonna delete it, right? Because this
No, do it. It's good because it's one of the assignments. Yeah. So just submit it.
even in the wrong name, I guess.
Yeah, it doesn't matter.
Okay.
Yeah. The in-class assignments you can do as many times as necessary. Okay. So you submit them to me, I'll give you feedback. You can resubmit them, and I'll give you feedback as many times as it takes.
Like this one, we just
The major programming assignments, I'll only mark them once, but for all of the in-class assignments, the small ones, you can resubmit them. Like you'll submit them, I'll mark them within 24 hours. I'll give you feedback. If there's something that needs to be fixed, you can fix it, resubmit it, and it's a formative learning cycle so that I help guide you in writing Java code correctly.